Hello. It's man. It says the volume is maxed, so we're gonna do what we can with this. Um, so thank you for coming tonight. If you haven't been to one of our music nights before, this is part of a whole series, and we have a different kind of music every first Tuesday. My name is April Younglove, and I'm an adult services librarian here. I run the program, so if you have any suggestions or thoughts about our program, come and talk to me. As you know, if you are here to see Three Hands Stephen, you are in the right place. And if you don't like the music, come back next month or the month after. We have a different performer every night. You will like the music. You will like it. But on the off chance that you don't, we have all different types of music. So in January, we're going to have jazz. And then in February, we're going to have Korean folk music. So totally different, all over the spectrum. There's something for everyone. All right, let's see what my notes say. All right, so this program, like all of our programs for music, are sponsored by the Friends of the Library. The Friends of the Library is a nonprofit group, and they generously raise funds by selling used books and other things to help make sure that activities like this can be free to the public. Some of the other things that they do are they help fund our LO Reads program that happens every spring, which is fantastic. If you don't know about it, come back in the spring and we'll tell you about it. And also youth services programs, a whole host of good things. If you're interested in knowing more, we have a cookie table in the back, and you can grab a cookie. You can maybe donate a few dollars or decide to become a member if you want. It's not as expensive as you think. All right. After that, I want to remind you that we have a survey, and the surveys are important. They help us know what we could do better. They help give us suggestions for other musicians that we could bring or musical styles. We like to hear from you and hear your ideas. So please fill out a survey on your way out. Again, cookies. We're just bribing you. And we also have an assistive listening system. So if this is still quiet to you, no matter what we're doing, at the table back there we have headphones, and it hooks up to our system, and it can help amplify. Myself, I'm hearing disabled, and I finally got up to a pair that can work with our hearing system, and it's very exciting. So I recommend it if you're still having trouble hearing. Without too much further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Stephen. Is it okay to say your real name? You can say any name I want. Okay. Well, so this is Stephen Cohen. Stephen Cohen is a Lake Oswego resident, so some of you probably know who he is. His performance name is Three Hands Stephen. I asked about that, and apparently it's because he can play very, very fast, so fast, looks like he has three hands. He is a musician, an artist, and a published author. It's very impressive, triple threat. He's toured nationally and internationally, and his music blends folk, acoustic, and experimental sounds, which is what I find most intriguing. And what really caught my eye when Stephen asked to perform here is that Stephen also designed some of his own instruments, and I'm very interested to hear a little bit more about that and prepare to be very entertained. All right, give Stephen a hand.
Okay. Sunlight through my window. Do you know what the morning is like when the sun has yet to appear? Do you know what the feeling is like, enfolded in the breath of the morning air? Do you know what the morning is like when two becomes one? If you do, that makes two of us. Sunlight through my window. I lie quiet in my bed just a while. Morning air comes in. I sit up in my bed Just smile. Morning breeze is blowing. I'm rocking on the porch, playing my guitar. A cat slinks down the stairway. A dog runs out the door. So good so far. Morning, sun is shining. I'm walking in the woods. I'm not alone. The birds take to singing. The trees sway along. In a morning song. Morning sun is shining. I'm walking in the woods. We're not alone. The birds take to singing. The trees sway along. In a morning song. You can't go wrong in a morning song. Thank you. This is a one-of-a-kind, custom-made, miniature guitar. The only one of its kind in this entire solar system. If living beings from another planet, another solar system, could see us now, what would they think? I saw a miniature planet slowly spinning around. I saw a miniature planet slowly spinning around with miniature sights and miniature sounds and miniature cities and miniature towns and miniature people with miniature brains and miniature cars and miniature trains and miniature houses and miniature planes and miniature clouds with miniature rain and miniature rivers and a miniature sea and a miniature forest with miniature trees. I saw a miniature planet slowly spinning around with miniature sights and miniature sounds and miniature cities and miniature towns. There was a miniature election with miniature selections and miniature choices, with miniature voices, in a miniature debate, with miniature candidates. And when that miniature election was done, a miniature psychopath won. I saw miniature people with miniature lives, in miniature scenes, with miniature plans and miniature schemes and miniature thoughts and miniature dreams. I saw a miniature planet slowly spinning around. So I sing this song with my miniature guitar, and here we are. Okay, so that's enough of the miniature guitar. The miniature guitar also has I have a band, and the harmonica player in my band gave me this miniature harmonica that's attached to it. And one of the other members of my band, Dune Layla, who's from France, she's now back in France, but before she left, she made me this. She's also a visual artist, and she made me this this mini guitar. Okay, so now I'm going to play a piece on cigar box guitar. Have any of you guys heard or seen a cigar box's guitar before? Well, a long time ago, in the South, a lot of blues players didn't have money to buy guitars, so they made their own, and a lot of times they made them out of cigar boxes. So that's how it started. There's been a revival of the cigar box guitar. There's a whole community all over the world, and there's cigar box guitar festivals. I played at a few of them, one in Pennsylvania and one in Alabama. And so there's a whole community of cigar box guitars. So I'm going to play a song about my cat, Allie. It's called Allie the Cat. And at the end of the song, I'm going to want you to help me out. At the end of the song, I'm going to want you to meow. So let's practice that. Everybody go, meow, meow, meow. Okay, you got it. Okay. So I'm going to tell the story of Allie the cat. Allie the cat. A green-eyed gray kitten was found in an alley by a woman named Allie. That cat came to live with me and took the name of Allie. Meow, everybody, meow, 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 meow. So I live up in the Mountain Park. Allie is home. Allie couldn't make it here, but Allie is doing what cats usually do, sleeping. Yeah. So I'm going to get out. This wine box bass. So at the Pennsylvania Festival, there was another artist, Jim Morris, that has a band that has cigar box guitar. He made a cigar box fiddle, a cigar box banjo, and a cigar box bass. And I've played at that festival 3 times, and so I got to know him. He's from West Virginia. I asked him if he could make me a cigar box bass. And so he said, well, how about a wine box bass, because the wine box is bigger for a bass. So he made me this beautiful wine box bass. So I'm going to do a couple of songs on this. We had a dog, a pug named Fred. He liked to sleep on our bed. He liked to eat. He liked to sleep. He was smart as a pug can be. We had a dog, a pug named Fred. He liked to sleep on our bed. He liked to eat. He liked to sleep. Isn't that a lot? Like you and me. Pugs do waddle when they walk. Pugs do listen when you talk. We had a dog, a pug named Fred. He liked to sleep on our bed. So that's dedicated to the late, great Fred the Pug. Okay, I'm doing another piece on this wine box bass. This is called Sliding. Okay, so enough for the wine box bass. I'm going to get another instrument. Part of my shows is a surprise. You never know what I'm going to play next. So this is called a canjo. It's got one string, and the can helps So I'm going to do a piece which is the title piece of my book. I have a book which is available for sale afterwards. It's also in the library here, and it's called Baggy Red Pants and Other Stories, and it's got short stories, lyrics, poems, and visual art. And I'm going to do the title piece of the book, which is called Baggy Red Pants. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. In those hitchhiking days, I arrived in Santa Fe. I was wearing baggy red pants that my girlfriend had made. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. I needed some guitar strings, so I found a Santa Fe music store. I was wearing those baggy red pants as I walked out the door. Where a tall, bespectacled Englishman approached. He said, "I'm making a movie. Would you like to be in it? Meet me tomorrow and wear those red pants. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants." I slept in an alley that night. In the morning, I met the casting crew by a Plaza Hotel. We boarded a charter bus to go film a rock musical based on Shakespeare's Othello. The producer was impresario Jack Good. The movie was called Catch My Soul. The set was a fake hippie commune in the desert hills, 10 miles up the road. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. I worked as an extra in that movie. Every day for 2 months, I wore those red pants. One night they brought in 100 hippies for a party scene that turned into a stoned, chaotic dance. Catch My Soul opened in New York City, got some bad reviews, and quickly disappeared. It stayed lost for 42 years, then reappeared. I did other work for Jack Good, a good guy who died last year. As for the pants, we threw them in the fire and watched the ashes float into the mountain air. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. Baggy, baggy, homemade baggy, 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 baggy red pants. And like all my music, it's a true story. And the movie did come back, and now it costs like a whole bunch of money for the DVDs because it's become a cult classic, kind of. This is an instrument I made. This is called Play Me. And so I'm just going to play a really quick piece with the Play Me instrument. Okay, I'm going to do a little kind of song poem about the town where I'm from, which is Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and in Native American that also means running falls, and there's a big waterfall right in the middle of town. And I'm going to close the song with this triangle. Running falls, running falls, running falls. See the red brick sunset by the factory mall? Running falls, running falls, running falls. Hear the steel string symphony from the third floor? Running falls, running falls, running falls. See the framed family photographs in the front hall? Running falls, running falls, running falls. See my mother and my father smile as they greet you at the door? Running falls, running falls, running falls. Hear the news of their passing in midnight telephone calls? Running falls, running falls, running falls. Okay, so I'm going to do a bunch of songs on the acoustic guitar, which is the first instrument my first instrument that I learned how to play when I taught myself when I was 14 and been playing it ever since. And as you can hear, each instrument kind of lends itself. Each instrument inspires me to do another piece, to write another song, because each instrument has its own sound. So obviously, a miniature planet on this miniature guitar came to me quite quickly. But it's always fun to. And sometimes I'll write a song, and then I got to figure out which instrument I want to play it on. In the outdoor marketplace, I heard her sing with the band. I saw her dance in the crowd. And I knew my life was about to change, and it did. It's my story, it's my story. You can take it, please don't leave it. I can tell it, I can tell it. You can try it, you can try it. I can give it. We can live in it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here today. I got some stories to tell, surprises as well. Then I'll be on my way. And it's my story. It's my story. You can take it. Please don't leave it. I can tell it. I can tell it. You can try it. You can try it. I can give it. We can live in it. I'm pleased to be here. I think I'll take a walk around tonight. I know everyone I see can be an artist in their own rights. And it's my story, but it could be your story. You can take it. Please don't leave it. I can tell it, we can tell it, we can try it, we can try it, we can give it, we can live in it. A brick red apartment building, a green-eyed cat sleeping, a radio voice breaking, a woman waking. So many stories. So many stories. There was a little boy named Thomas. He was a little bit shy. He would not play with the other kids. He would not look you in the eye. He just recited numbers just as far as he could go. He could go. He could go. He could go. Thomas liked to stage his secret shows. There was a little boy named Thomas. The first time I saw Thomas, it was in a special school. I took him to the music room. He sat down at the stool. He yelled, "Danger," at the piano. I yelled, "Monster," at the drums, at the drums, at the drums, at the drums. Thomas liked to sing his secret songs. There was a little boy named Thomas. He was a little bit strange. He liked to spin in circles, and he smiled as he sang. He really was intelligent. People thought him slow, thought him slow, thought him slow, thought him slow. Thomas liked to stage his secret shows. The last time I saw Thomas, he was crying in a yard. A friend of his was leaving, and he always took things hard. I yelled, "Danger," at the piano. He yelled, "Monster," at the drums, at the drums, at the drums, at the drums. Thomas liked to sing his secret songs, and if the world's not right with Thomas, then something must be wrong. And if the world's not right with Thomas, then something must be wrong. So that song was recorded with my band, the Tree People. It's on our second album. You can find that album online. You can't get the physical album because it's sold out. But with my band, I just recently recorded a live album. And we recorded, it's called Lathe Cut. So we recorded live, and it was cut as we were recording it. And I have a collector's items of that album here, and that Thomas is on that album, plus some of the other songs I'm playing here tonight. So I'm going to do a song called I'd Like to Be Happy. And I'd Like to Be Happy features a duck in the song, among other animals. And I've got duck pins that I made, duck badges that are also for sale just for $4, and duck stickers too for $2. So if you want to spend money, see me afterwards. And I've got some CDs and a vinyl record, and also cassettes. Now you might ask, why do I have cassettes for sale? Because the young people, a lot of the fans of my band are in their 20s, and young people are buying cassettes now because they want to go old school. All right. Most of you probably, if you had a cassette player, you probably don't have it anymore, or it's not working. But anyways, this is called I'd Like to Be Happy. I'd like to be happy, lazing around like an alley cat, climbing on buildings and sleeping on windowsills. You know, I would like that, but it wouldn't be easy having to scrounge for food. Then there'd be old shoes thrown at me by some fool. And an alley cat looks like she's happy, but I'm sure she must feel some misery. An alley cat must feel some pain, but I'd like to be an alley cat just the same. I'd like to be happy, quack, quack, quacking, like a duck, swimming and swerving, splishing and splashing in the muck, but a factory spitting on the pond where I'm sitting with chemical crud, and it wouldn't be easy having to swim in a pond full of suds, and a duck looks like she's happy, but I'm sure she must feel some misery. A duck must feel some pain, but I'd like to be a duck just the same. I'd like to be happy, sleeping all winter like a grizzly bear, living in a forest cave, slurping up honey. You know, I wouldn't care, but it wouldn't be easy having to be a bear on the run because a hunter wants to shoot me down with his gun. And a grizzly bear looks like he's happy, but I'm sure he must feel some misery. A grizzly bear must feel some pain. But I'd like to be a grizzly bear just the same. I'd like to be happy, playing and smiling like a little boy, living in a magical, topsy-turvy land of so much joy. But it wouldn't be easy having to live in a world of fear because the humans here don't know how to share. And a little boy looks like he's happy, but I'm sure he must feel some misery. A little boy must feel some pain. But I'd like to be a little boy just the same. Thanks. We are the miners. We are the miners. We are the miners trapped inside the mine. We are the miners. We are the miners. We are the miners. Trapped inside, trapped inside, trapped inside the mine. Because I've driven on this street 1,000 times to see you, they should name it after me. That would be the right thing to do. 3 Stevens Street, white letters on a green street sign. 3 Stevens Street. That would be so neat. That would be so fine. You could find me anytime on 3 Stevens Street. I go up and down the street. I pay attention to the people I meet. I listen to what they say when they talk I watch where they go when they walk. When my route is done, I go home to the listening room. When I wake and when I sleep, I wonder what will become of me. What will become of me? What will become of me in our last century? We have to talk about the mathematics. So much depends on the mathematics and begins and ends with the mathematics. Let's talk about the numbers. This is about the mathematics. I don't have to shout about the mathematics. We can figure out the mathematics. Let's talk about the numbers. We have to talk about the mathematics. So much depends on the mathematics and begins and ends with the mathematics. Let's talk about the numbers. This is about the mathematics. We can figure out the mathematics and factor in the mathematics. Let's talk about the numbers. Okay, I'm going to do one more song. I want to thank everybody for coming. That's been a great audience, great crowd. And I want to thank the library for having me. This is my favorite library. Yeah, I could. Yeah. Yeah, good idea. So I'm going to close with a song that's on several of my albums, and it's called Ride the Train. Listen, in the distance, a train. This old train is rolling, rolling down the line. This old train is going through space and time. Ride, ride, ride the train. Ride, ride, ride the train. Hear that train coming, come around the track. Hear that train coming, gonna bring my baby back. Ride, ride, ride the train. Through the valley of sickness, valley of pain, valley of cloud, valley of rain. Ride, ride, ride the train. Through a many-toned forest, behind an old stone wall. Hear the voices in the forest after the fall. Ride, ride, ride the train. Ride, ride, ride the train. When the circus train comes into town, 7 coaches long, people gather for miles around. Listen, in the distance, a train. Okay. That's my show. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take questions. Okay. Okay. I've been playing. So I've been playing the guitar since I was 14. I started on the trombone when I was 12, but I switched to the guitar so I could write songs and sing at the same time. It's hard to do that when you're playing trombone. And then I had a cousin of my wife's was making cigar box guitars in Austin, Texas, and I decided it'd be a good idea to have one, so I had to make one for me. That was I think 2012 or something. And then I made my own cigar box guitars. And then along the way, in the last few years, every year I make a new instrument or find a new instrument to play. Yep. Any other questions? I play all over the place. In fact, I'll be in Portugal for a month in January. I'm doing an artist residency there and doing a concert there, and I play all over Portland. Yeah, and all over, everywhere. Yeah, and I've played. I did a children's album years ago, and when I did that children's album, then I played at every library, including this one. I played this library. Did a children's concert here for 7 years, about 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. That was beautiful and heartfelt, and this audience was so quiet. I've never heard an audience this attentive. So great job. And it sounds like you've got some stuff for sale. You can come up and say hi if you want. And hopefully we'll see you next month. All right.